Namaste and good morning, everyone. Let's do some prayers. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Tatsavitra Varenayam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Asto ma satkamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityurma amritam gamya. Om Sahnavavatu, Sahnabhunaktu, Saviryam Karvavahe, Tejasvi Navadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Om. Okay, we have all heard about, ever since we were little, about Kumbh Melas. Mela means a fair, and Kumbh means a part. Kumbh Mela. And right now it's going on in India. Okay. It's a major pilgrimage and festival in Hinduism. And it is celebrated in a cycle of approximately 12 years, actually. To celebrate every revolution, Jupiter, which is called Brihaspati, completes. And this Kumbh Mela is mainly held at 4 riverside pilgrimage sites. Prayagraj, that's where the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, all these 3 rivers, they meet. Prayagraj. Then Haridwar, that's where the Ganga Nadi is. Nashik, that's where Godavari is. And Ujjain, that's where the Shipra Nadi is. But there's also a 5th place. It's a Sangam in West Bengal, where Hooghly and Saraswati rivers meet also. So 5th place too. But these 4 places which I told you, Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nashik, and Ujjain, those are the main. Okay. In old times, more than 700 years ago, at the 5th place, there used to be a Mela. But it got stopped, but it has reopened since 2022. This time, Prayagraj is hosting the Maha Kumbh. It's also called a Puran Kumbh. This Puran Kumbh is celebrated every 12 years. And there are many myths around these Kumbh Melas. A lot of theories about it, that how did it start? Some believe that festival about Kumbh Mela, it's in the Rig Veda also. Some people say that it's mentioned in the Puranas also. Some people say it's very recent. So there are a lot of theories about it. But what is known for certain is that today it is one of the largest gatherings of devotees witnessed anywhere on earth. And not only the Hindus, anybody can go there. Because motto of a Kumbh is, Let's bring the world together in spirituality. That's why you see the sadhus, the monks over there. You see the householders there. You see the old and the young. From any faith, any class, any country, people can go there. It's open. Nobody will stop you to take a bath in the water, in the holy water. The Sanskrit word kumbh means pitcher or a pot. The story goes, when Devtas and Asurs, they churned the ocean, which is called Samudra Manthan. Dhanvantri emerged carrying a pitcher of Amrit, nectar, or the nectar of immortality. To make sure that Asurs don't get it, Indra's son, Jayant, ran off with the pot. The sun and his son, Shani, Brihaspati, the planet Jupiter, and the moon went along to protect him and the pot. As Jayant ran, the Amrit spilled at 4 spots. So these are the 4 spots of this Kumbh Mela: Haridwar, Prayagraj, Ujjain, and Nashik. They say he ran for 12 days actually. Okay, Devata's 12 days are equivalent to 12 years. So that's why Kumbh Mela is celebrated at these locations every 12 years, based on the relative position of the sun and the moon and the Jupiter. So astrologers, they just look at that. So what is Kumbh? Why is it held in 4 cities periodically? What is a Ardha Kumbh or Maha Kumbh? And what is the origin of this festival? Why do millions attend it? So you can see that answers lie in a mixture of myths, history, and enduring faith. So these stories, some believe it, some don't. But the fact is that countless people with full devotion, they go there. That is the faith. So Prayagraj and Haridwar, they also hold the Ardh Kumbh. Ardh Kumbh is, Ardh means half. So that means every 6 years. So the festival held after 12 years is called Puran Kumbh. Ardh Kumbh is after 6 years. And there is a Maha Kumbh also actually. So Ardh Kumbh, Puran Kumbh, Maha Kumbh. What is a Maha Kumbh? This time they say it's a Maha Kumbh. This Maha Kumbh is after 12 of the Puran Kumbh. So that means after 144 years. So that's why there is such a big event this year right now, which is going on. And it is believed that taking a dip in these rivers during Kumbh, because of there is a specific alignment of the heavenly bodies. So people believe that it washes away a person's sins and accrues punya. Again, it's a faith. And this is also a venue where sadhus and other holy men gather. Regular people, the householders, they can meet them there and learn from them. To me, I think that is the real punya, that you meet saintly people. Otherwise, we just get so busy into our daily life. We don't take time out to meet these holy people. These holy people, they live in the caves, caves of the Himalaya. They just come out only for this Kumbh Mela. So people go there for their darshan, to spend some time with them, to serve them. And we all know the importance of Ganga in Hindu religion. But then, because Ganga is considered fallen down from the jatas of Lord Shiva. But then this Shipra, they say it has emerged from the heart of Vishnu. Because that was another question somebody asked the other day. Do people worship Lord Shiva or Vishnu? They worship whoever their deity is. So Lord Vishnu is also connected with the Kumbh Mela. And how was the site of the Kumbh Mela decided? Because I told you there are four places, four main places, and then fifth one also has emerged now. It depends upon the astrological calculations. And there's another reason for the 12-year gap in Kumbh Mela. Is explained by the fact that Jupiter takes 12 years to complete one revolution around the sun. So 12 years. When the Jupiter is in Aquarius, or the Kumbh Rashi, and the sun and the moon in Aries and Sagittarius, respectively, Kumbh is held at the Haridwar. So these priests, astrologers, they decide. It is not at random. They do a lot of calculations. When the Jupiter is in Taurus and sun and moon are in Capricorn or Makar, the Kumbh is held at Prayag. When Jupiter is in Leo and the sun and the moon in Cancer, the Kumbh is held at Nashik. I told you that in the Purans, it's mentioned, the Kumbh Mela. If you open the Skand Puran, it's widely cited to explain the origin of the Kumbh Mela there. Skand Puran. Some people also believe that it was 8th century Hindu philosopher Adi Shankaracharya ji, who established these 4 periodic fairs. So that's also a belief. Because he wanted the Hindu sadhus, the ascetics, and the scholars to meet and also guide the lay people. See, these days we have opportunity to meet people online also, or we have the facility to take the planes and the trains and the cars to go. In old times, the facilities were not like that. People will walk for months to reach there. And some people couldn't even reach there. They'll die on the way. So that's why it was such an important event to meet the holy people, ask questions, get guidance, how to live this life. So the origins of a Kumbh are linked to the worship of the Ganga. We all know that Ganga, we even call it a Ganga Mata, as the great life force of the northern plains. And the fairs on the banks of sacred rivers are indeed an ancient Hindu tradition. The tradition of holding the religious festival possibly crystallized during the heyday of Bhakti movement, actually. That was a movement of the socio-religious reforms set on foot by a series of Hindu saints and reformers. These days we are studying Ramcharitmanas. That was written around that time too by Sant Goswami Tulsidas ji. So that was a Bhakti movement at that time. And what do pilgrims do at Kumbh? Sure, they meet those sadhus, sants. Some come for only one ritual dip in the river, and they think that their sins will be washed. But some people stay there at the river bank for a longer time, not just a day. Some people do a lot of dhan. Various kinds of dhan. Feeding the people, clothing the people, supporting certain causes. And again, the devotees can meet holy men, get religious and spiritual guidance. Various sadhus, they set up the camps there. So this Kumbh Mela has played an important part in history by mobilizing and uniting the society. So again, Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesha is also worshipped. It's like whoever your deity is, because most of us believe that God is one, just many forms. And how many days it lasts? How long this Maha Kumbh Mela? Approximately 45 days. So some people, just as I said earlier, go there just for a day or two. Some people for a week. But these sadhus who come after 12 years, they spend longer time. They want to make sure that most of the people get some benefit from their presence. So you can say that this Maha Kumbh, a celebration of spirituality, religion, equality, and all things holy. And this is such a grand Mahakumbh this year, which is hosting people of all faiths, all countries actually. People travel from other countries, that we are all one. That is the motto. There is another term you might have heard regarding Kumbh Mela. Kalpvasis. Kalpvasis are the devotees who live there for the entire period of time, like a 45 days. And what do? They live a very disciplined life with the minimum things. Kalpvasis are expected to wake up early, take a dip in the Sangam, spend the day with the gurus, meditating, reciting scriptures, and performing rituals. So that's why it said that you accrue punya, pious deeds. These are all pious deeds. And especially when you are in the company of saints of that level, of course, the effect of that will stay with you when you come back also. It's not just for few days or few weeks, hopefully for the rest of your life. Some of the old habits, maybe you'll wash away. So that's why it said that you wash away your sins. And then you come back and you don't do those wrong deeds again. So these people who stay there, who are called Kalpavasis, they are supposed to eat simple sattvic meals. And the meal which is made for all the devotees. It's not that just for me, I'm going to get something. It's like called a langar. Everybody's eating the same food. And they also stay away from the material luxuries of life. And one of the most famous types of Kumbh is also the Maha Kumbh Mela, and which is held every year actually, Maha Kumbh Mela. So Ardh Kumbh, Puran Kumbh, Maha Kumbh, and Maha Kumbh Mela. So there are so many different kinds, so that's why sometimes it gets a little confusing. And the origin of that is also, if you have a faith in the scriptures, in the Purans and the Vedas, or in all these stories, then sure, you'll have a faith. But if we try to find faults in it, sure, we can find faults in anything. But if you go there with this kind of a attitude that, yeah, I am going there to get rid of my bad habits, to start a life with a better, good habits, start walking on the path of spirituality, feeling of oneness, then of course it's going to make a big difference in your life. So personally, I have never been to the Kumbh Mela. I have gone to Haridwar, but not during the Kumbh Mela. So if somebody else has, please share your experience over there, what you experienced. So we'll stop it here and then let's discuss a little bit together also. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti 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 Om.